Hey good people, I'm not going to record all of this week's video from this spot because I have to yell. I also don't have much to say except for this. So last week's video I talked about sauntering and versus hiking in nature and in life. And a few days after that experience, so this is Monday, I went on a saunter that turned into a hike. And I'm talking a hike. So this is falls. I don't know if you can see, but all those little dots down there on the ground are human beings. I started out down there and now I'm up here. Sorry. Sometimes in life, you gotta hike. You gotta hike to get where you're going. It is beautiful, it is cool. Let me show you, not just down, but up. I mean, can you see this? Like what? I'm trying very hard not to go over these falls and make this my last video to you. So anyway, this isn't just gonna be like reflections. I mean, reflect on this. Here, look. These falls come from somewhere up there. And we are right at the precipice. And as soon as I get to somewhere where I can breathe and think and have cell service, I'll make sure to include what altitude we're at right now, and what the height of the falls is in that video. All right, good people. See you soon. Hey, good people. Josh Candeloro. Welcome to Montana and Sundays. It's my last day. I fly out tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna really hate leaving all of this. In coming to Montana, I was, looking to connect with me, with nature, me via nature, and shockingly enough, I think it happened in some small way, which has kind of been on my mind and what I wanted this week's video to be about. So I'm gonna tell you something that will connect by the end of this. A couple of years ago, I was going through a really messy non-compete with a former employer, and I had about a 2-year period that I had to wait to do really any type of photography, and it was very difficult for me. And at that time, I wrote on this little sticky note, "Wait till it's gray," and I kept that sticky note by my desk throughout that non-compete period. It's still next to my desk now, 2 years in to my business. So we'll come back to that later. In that video clip, either you had just saw or you will see at the end, I don't know where I'm gonna put it, I made it to the top of the falls that I hiked to the other day, and that was super fun, and I really, really enjoyed it. What you didn't see in that video was all of the emotions and thoughts and feelings on the hike up to the top of the falls and on the way back down. So I'm divorced and I really don't know if I even want to record this. Like anyway, I can always delete it later. So I'm divorced, and I came up here by myself I love doing stuff like this. I love hiking, I love being out in nature, and I do not do it enough in my day-to-day life. But I love doing this. And I did it intentionally before our really busy season starts and after the divorce is finalized, because I'm like, I'm gonna need this to help me transition back into normalcy from the summer. So I'm hiking up to those falls 2 days ago. And all the way up there, I kept thinking like how cool it was and how tired I was, but like how much fun. And my mind started to kind of drift into thoughts of, man, it would be really awesome to have somebody to share this with. And I'm very happy here. I've been very happy here, and I have a lot of fun. I enjoy my own company. But I also do crave the intimacy of a well-matched partnership. And I miss having someone to share experiences like this with. So naturally, when you start thinking about that, I started thinking about my marriage. And, I've said for the past few months that neither of us, myself or my ex-wife, are bad people. We were just very poorly suited for one another. And I sincerely believe that, but it really landed on that trek up. I thought about if we were still together, and if we had planned this trip, and if we were in that same situation, how would she have responded to trekking up that side of that mountain with me to go look at the top of the waterfall? And I don't think she would have enjoyed that. I don't think she would have done it, to be honest, given how steep and scary it was, unsafe it was, I should say. And recently I saw a picture that she posted on social media of her at the beach. And I hate the beach. Like sand, that kind of sun, you're sticky and sweaty, you gotta wear sunscreen, it's horrible, it's awful, I hate it. But she loves the beach, and I like the mountains. And trekking up there, thinking about all these things, I said to myself, like, there's nothing wrong with either of those two things. Somebody loving the beach, somebody loving the mountains, there's nothing wrong with either of them. However, that is kind of symbolic for a lot of aspects of our relationship. And it's not the fact that we like those things, it's the fact that we were trying to be together. And we're such different people and had such different things that made our souls happy. Not just, brightened our day, but truly nurtured our soul. I mean, this. And, we both gave it every conceivable effort to make it work. And it didn't. So I'm thinking about all of those things, and, in that moment I was like, this was the right thing. This has given this divorce, though it's not where either of us saw our relationship leading and ending. It's ultimately going to give us the path to be happy, be really happy. And then I started imagining the person that might be on that trek with me. What that person looked like, what that person sounded like, how they acted. And kind of creating this person in my head, inventing this person. And through that, I started thinking about the fact that this was a really important part of my life. I'm not up in a mountain every week, but this type of adventure nourishes my soul. That's the kind of energy that I want to lead with in life. And that's the kind of energy I need from a partner. And that's significant to me because everybody always says, you got to find yourself. And I've never really put any stock in that because it just sounds like BS. But I really felt like I found a part of myself. Like I discovered a piece of me that was important that I didn't really want to compromise on. I discovered a piece of me that I wanted to stop telling to shut up and sit down or go away because it doesn't fit in with the conditions that are around you. I found a piece of myself that I want to lead with unapologetically. And that's, coming up here and doing things like this, the adventure, the physicality of it, all of that stuff was very important on a deeper level than just superficial. And in realizing that that was important to me, and that I know that anyone I end up with, we have to match each other's energy there, I thought about that sticky note and that time in my life where I was forced to wait for my dream, which was starting my business. And how when I wrote that down on that sticky note, I told myself, you have to wait. If you push it, it's not going to be any better for you. But you need to be using this time to build, there's birds, You need to be using this time to build the best version of what you want. This is valuable. This isn't a punishment. This is a blessing, because it's forcing impatient Josh, who does not like to wait on anything and just likes to jump feet first into everything. It's forcing him to figure it out first and wait till it's great and make it great. I'm sure now you see the connection between that and where I'm at. I know that I want to be in a loving, committed relationship that lasts until the day I take my last breath. And I know that if I continue choosing relationships based on those broken parts that I have, that's not going to happen. And right now, I'm in that waiting period. I am forced. It was my decision, but I am now forced to spend time with me, now that it's all said and done. And that's a blessing. That's valuable. So I'm content. I'm not closed, but I'm content to wait. And I would even venture to say, eager to wait. So yeah, that's what Montana taught me. Wait till it's great. This week's song is, a lot coming up, putting that out on video. And one of the things I told myself when I started this is that this format is something that I'm in complete control of. It's my voice, and it's what I want to share really with me tomorrow and next week and next year. It's the things in this time of my life that I really, really want to revisit. And I chose to share it because I think we're in this together. But it's very strange to put something that vulnerable out there. So that's what was going through my head just now, and I think it's important to share when those parts come up, both so I acknowledge them and kind of as a model for anyone else who may be struggling with noticing their parts and validating their parts and giving them a voice. This week's song is called Wonderfully Made by Joe Ansett. Ansett? I don't know. And this is similar, but not directly connected to what I was just talking about. This song is a hug. It's just a little warm hug. And the song is someone speaking to their significant other. But I was listening to it today when I was driving around sightseeing, and I replaced significant other with self, with me. So whenever he says you, it's you, or it's me. So I'm going to read through actually most of the lyrics because it's short and it's a great little message. I have trouble sleeping when you're sleeping next to me. Keep myself awake because you're better than my dreams. And as much as I'd like to get some sleep, I'd rather whisper in your ear the truth I want your soul to hear. You are wonderfully made. You are wonderfully made. When the day is breaking and the beauty worry starts, the devils on your shoulder make you question who you are. We will sing this melody and watch the demons flee. And I pray that the way I treat you always helps you to believe that you are wonderfully made. You are wonderfully made. Even after years go by that go in your... this part's better sung. Even after years gone by that go in your mind every day, it's staying close. And once you've heard a lie so many times, it gets hard to deny, hard to erase it, unless there's a truth to replace it. Let's replace it now. You are wonderfully made. You are wonderfully made. I want to go back up to, and once you've heard a lie so many times, it gets hard to deny, hard to erase it, unless there's a truth to replace it. Let's replace it now. You are wonderfully made. I am wonderfully made. I've listened to that song a ton of times. Always loved it. It just hit today. It was good. Go listen to it. It's already on the playlist. And yeah, it's time for me to go be quiet for a little bit with some trees and grass. Next week I'll be home, probably back at the window seat. Thank you for coming on my little journey with me today. And bye. Until next week.